you to come work for me for a couple of months for free. Would you think I was out of my mind? College athletes bring universities millions of dollars every year, and they do not see any of it. To help them get the money they deserve, action needs to be taken. This is the current situation college athletes across the world are facing. On top of being a full-time student, they're also being faced with the task of being a full-time athlete. These students, athletes, are bringing in millions of dollars to the universities that are playing for and are not being paid a penny. I have always been interested in college sports, but I have not realized how much money they bring into the universities. It wasn't until a few years when an investigation was opened on the players for illegally accepting money that they realized players are being taken advantage of. Today we will look at how big of a problem it is that the NCAA is robbing college athletes of money. Then I will attempt to persuade each of you to take action and help get college athletes the money they deserve and make sure that they're getting their fair share. We must look at how much money students athletes bring into the universities each year. Student athletes are very valuable and they're worth a lot more than people realize. The average worth of an active scholarship is around $30,000. Over the span of 4 years, it's worth more than $100,000. A study by students at universities estimated the value of the average football and basketball player to around $200,000. According to the SB Nation, the NCAA tournament will broadcast through 2032 that the company signed an 8-year contract for $8.8 billion with the NCAA and broadcasting rights to March Madness, which is only 3 weeks. The NCAA takes advantages of many players by making tons of money off of them. Also, they use players in video games to gain money. According to Roger Rowe from the Forbes magazine, EA Sports reported about $4 billion in revenue and has generated more than $1.4 million in sales just within the United States. This is similar to making a movie and not being paid. According to CNBC, players are not allowed to sell merchandise or memorabilia, but the schools are allowed to. 5 players from Ohio State were suspended for selling memorabilia, including a Big Ten championship ring that they also had to repay $2,500 for selling these items back in December 2010. Nevertheless, the NCAA is lawless. It's a lawless business, and they should be stopped. If nobody decides to take action, the NCAA will continue to get away with stealing from athletes. To help stop this ongoing problem, let's look at the few ideas on how to stop it. 2 ways we can stop this is by limiting the amount of money the NCAA makes of the players and also reducing the coach's salary so players have a monthly stipend. I believe money should not be allowed to be made off a player if they're not receiving any of it as it is from jerseys and video games. The players are the ones working every day to make a name for themselves and to gain value. I'm asking each of you to think about how much money is being taken from the student athletes. When you think about the money the NCAA made from the players, remember that many of the players have families to support. The NCAA is a billion-dollar company that doesn't pay their employees. The money comes from. Taking action is in the example I've discussed today. You can help stop the fellow athletes from being taken advantage of by a corrupt company. It is illegal, unethical to rob young adults for all the hard work they have done. With that being said, California is on the right path by allowing athletes to hire agents and make money for endorsements. Hopefully, this law will spill over to other states. Thank you.